Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the next WWE results, where we're looking at the probably the most dumbest name of a pay per view ever, Stomping Ground. Like Stomping Ground, really? We have to have a pay per view called Stomping Ground. I don't know. That just sounds really weird for a pay per view, in my opinion. Like I think there are plenty of other names out there, and this is the best they could come up with for a end of June pay per view. Like I don't know yeah, there's better names than Stomping Ground, to be honest. But anyway, this was the pay per view where we obviously where we finally got to see Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins kind of celebrate together at once, which would lead to that mixed tag team match, which we see at Extreme Rules. Now, of course, kicking off the Stomping Ground, we would have Drew Gallagher beating Tony Nese and Torway to win the triple threat match to become the cruiserweight champion. Yes, this was the day that Drew Gallagher would take the cruiserweight title from Tony Nese, and he would begin his reign as cruiserweight champion. Eventually, this would then lead to the Raw Women's Championship match, where Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans would still go odds against each other, and Becky Lynch would then have successfully defeat Lacey Evans to become the new, basically remain Raw Women's Champion. And then eventually this would lead to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn facing off against Big E and Xavier Woods. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn successfully won the tag match at Stomping Ground against Big E and Xavier Woods. Eventually, this would then lead to the vacant United States Championship, where Samoa Joe and Ricochet would battle for that United States title, which would lead to Ricochet basically winning the United States Championship off Samoa Joe, and basically he would be known as the United States Champion heading towards SummerSlam. Then eventually, or Extreme Rules, should I say. And then eventually this would lead to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, where Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan would face the Heavy Machinery, and somehow Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan would successfully remain SmackDown Tag Champions against Heavy Machinery. Then this would lead to a renewed rivalry between Bayley and Alexa Bliss would renew their rivalry for the SmackDown Women's title, and Bayley successfully overcoming Alexa Bliss, which, by the way, by this point, Alexa Bliss made a partnership with Nikki Cross, which Nikki Cross was was pretty much a new friend that Alexa Bliss has made this year, and of course, Bayley would remain SmackDown Women's Champion. Then we would have Roman Reigns defeating Drew McIntyre as they met once again at Stomping Ground. Then we would have a steel cage match where Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston would continue their rivalry for the WWE Championship, and Kofi beats Dolphy in a steel cage match, and Dolph Ziggler unable to successfully win the WWE Championship. And this would then lead to Seth Rollins facing off against Baron Corbin and beating him to remain Universal Champion, despite the fact that Baron Corbin got Lacey Evans as the referee, but that didn't work out to Baron Corbin's favor. So, in other words, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch obviously both successfully remaining champions by the end of the night. So that is pretty much the event of Stomping Ground, which was this really oddly named WWE event that came at the end of June. And to be honest, I would love to erase it, to be honest. It's just the most dumbest pay-per-view I've ever heard in my life. Like, why would you call your pay-per-view Stomping Ground? I don't know. But anyway, regardless, though, that was the event for Stomping Ground, and we will move over to Extreme Rules to see what went down in this year's Extreme Rules event. So, see you pretty shortly.